Torres and Michael Tate. Presenting first, the fighter standing in the blue corner. He enters wearing black with orange and white trim on the scale. He registered an official 148.5 pounds. And tonight, he enters the cage with 5 professional bouts and a record of 4 victories against 1 lone defeat. Fighting out of Clarksville, Tennessee, the pretty boy, Alexander Schenk. Across the cage in the red corner, he enters wearing blue with white trim. He weighed in at an official 146 pounds. Tonight, he enters the Icon FC cage in his 7th professional bout with a record of 5 victories against 1 lone defeat. Hailing from Las Vegas, Nevada, Twilight, Timmy Cuamba. Our referee, Dan Mergliata.
Dan Mergliata getting this assignment. It is Twilight Timothy Cuamba meeting the pretty boy, Alexander Schenk. TJ DeSantis, Pearl Gonzalez live tonight inside the Silver Spurs Arena in Orlando, Florida, the site of Icon FC 6. Appreciate you joining us here on UFC Fight Pass. Cuamba in the blue shorts, black with orange and white for Schenk.
Look at the movement from both of these athletes. I mean, they're so sharp, they're so technical, yet so young in their career. It's amazing to see. Nice body kick here from Cuamba. When I talked to Cuamba's corner and I asked them, what have you seen the biggest improvements in his game in this camp? And they said he's been sparring at such a high level that what they saw was his fight IQ, his ability to make decisions in the sparring in real time. And so he's prepared. He was working with his teammate for this camp for a championship fight. He's got championship rounds under him. He's been working with UFC athletes, and he's ready. He's ready for a barn burner tonight.
Attacking the lead leg with the low kick is Alexander Schenk. Cuamba coming high to the body with his left leg.
Ooh, he's sharp.
Fast
so
hands
sharp
here on display by Timothy Cuamba. But a nice right hand finds a home for Alexander Schenk.
That was so nice.
Schenk really talked about trying to get a finish in his fights. He has yet to secure a finish as a pro. Finished 3 opponents as an amateur. And, you know, I wonder, he talks about his diet and, you know, he's had some trouble with the weight. I wonder if that isn't, you know, sort of a contributing factor to his failure to put away opponents.
I think it's also the level that he's fighting, the competition he's fighting. I mean, he's fighting guys that are neck and neck with him, that are at his skill level, and forcing him, you know, to fight a great tactical, technical fight. And when you have an athlete like Cuamba in front of you, this guy's not going away easily.
No. Cuamba only been finished 1 time in his career. That by a rear naked choke.
Yes, by a submission. And these,
hard right hand by Cuamba.
And these guys are both tagging each other.
And Cuamba really throwing in volume, always throwing combinations the way of Schenk.
And he talked about his boxing. He talked about how much he loves boxing. And you see that in his hands. His hands are sharp. Oh, but he was just countered by a nasty hook right hand from Schenk.
Coming high with that left leg is Schenk. Cuamba wise to it. Talk about the striking of Cuamba. 1-0 as a pro in boxing. He took a pro boxing fight just to stay active. And, you know, I think you see that work in his hands. And now he's switching things up, going for the takedown, able to get Schenk to the floor.
Nice entry. Nice finish here. Already past one of the legs. Working his way towards getting past this next one and into a side control position. Schenk doing a great job, though, here of not accepting and getting to a hip. As you can see, he's getting to a hip here. He's trying to find room for his knee to get in there. He's working on a hand control. So he's doing the right things needed in this moment. But look at Cuamba. Look at how composed Cuamba is here. Working up the body, staying very calm and composed.
Some blood on the bridge of the nose by Schenk, and now he's covering up, eating some right hands here. 90 seconds left to work in this opening round. Cuamba just spamming that right hand.
He's got that far side wrist control there and just able to utilize the fence and press on Schenk and just land these nice short strikes here.
Did a good job at securing the position, too, with that right hook. A little bit over a minute remains here in round number 1.
And this is what I was wondering, is how Schenk was going to deal with Cuamba's grappling. That was, to me, the deciding factor in that fight against Amun was the grappling. And, you know, he's got a much more experienced grappler here in Cuamba, and he's got to address this. He's got to get back to his feet because he's doing very well. He's very competitive on the feet, but right now he's getting out positioned.
In some right hands here, Schenk just covering up. 30 seconds left in the round. Now trying to get that wrist control is Cuamba.
And he's okay right here in this position. He's got the leg hooked here. He's in complete control. He doesn't need to advance or move anywhere else because he's throwing these short little strikes, and it's just putting money in his bank right now. Beautiful job by Cuamba here to close out this round.
And while they're not the most devastating of strikes, they're just really shutting down Alexander Schenk, forced to be defensive, and that makes a statement when it comes to the judges' scorecards. Timothy Cuamba made a statement in round number 1.
Yes, and he's on strikes landed. When it comes down to the scorecards, he's doing a great job of adding up those strikes there. Look at that right hand, that was nasty. Beautiful job getting position, and then he answers with his own right hand. But this here was a big moment in this job of closing out this round. Schenk's going to have to be more careful when it comes to his strikes and getting taken down.
Look inside the corner of Timothy Cuamba, Dewey Cooper giving him instructions. And while the momentum is on the side of Cuamba as we head into round 2, one thing to keep in mind for Alexander Schenk is we talked about his weight cut and how it was difficult. He had a very similar issue with weight against Amun Cosby. We talked about that fight going to deeper waters if it would, hurt Alexander Schenk. He actually got stronger as that fight went along, even with the tough weight cut. So don't think that Alexander Schenk is going to go away, easily here because he had a tough weight cut. He's very game, and we'll see if he can pull out something here to start round number 2.
Absolutely. I mean, he's so talented. So talented. Both of these young men are so talented. That's why I called this fight of the night, is because of how talented and willing these young men are.
And, credit to Schenk. He really hasn't had an easy fight at all as a pro. And, there's not an easy fight in this division to have here inside the Icon FC cage.
No, and he's progressing. He's still progressing. We're watching him evolve and kind of, evolve into this elite athlete. And how lucky of us we get to watch it before our eyes.
That's pretty fun. It's pretty fun. You called it the future is now here with these young athletes. 23 years old is Timothy Cuamba, 22. Alexander Schenk. Cuamba now in on this takedown.
Nice job getting his underhooks, but it wasn't enough, so he's got to keep going. He's got to keep fishing his legs out. He's doing a good job of posting on the head here and keeping Cuamba away, but he's got to keep working. He cannot settle at all in this position here.
Cuamba got that entry here to this takedown and has settled in that Khabib ride.
Yeah, did a great job lacing up the legs here. And you've got to, like, mermaid is what we call it, where you kind of shimmy your legs and shake them to try to pull your knees out. As you can see, his knees are almost out. Once your knees are out, now you can start creating some frames and some space between you and your opponent to eventually work one of your legs out and get back up.
90 seconds have passed here in round number 2. Timothy Cuamba on top of Alexander Schenk. TJ DeSantis, Pro Gonzalez, appreciate you joining us tonight. Live from Orlando, Florida, the site of Icon FC 6.
He's got a nice Z-guard here. Finally got a frame in here. But it's the bottom leg he's got to get out. The bottom leg is what he needs to stand back up. And Cuamba, does he have that far side control? Yes. He's so technical in this position here. You see that far side control, wrist control over there, which keeps him on top of his opponent. Keeps him heavy here is that far side control. It also kind of keeps Schenk turned here, so he's unable to turn into him and really get to a hip.
Now flattened out here is Schenk coming alive with some strikes.
Big shots here.
Flattened out again, some hard right elbows. While Schenk is covering up, he's still not really providing a great defense, but he is moving. But again,
Yes.
flattened out by Cuamba.
He's got to keep building back up. He's doing a good job here of working through the legs, but he's got to build back up. He's got to pull his hips back like he's doing now, his hips to his heels, because Cuamba's pressing his hips forward and flattened to the canvas. So he's got to keep working, and so it's such an uncomfortable position here. This is so. Have you ever been put in this position?
Do you think I've ever been put in this position?
I don't know.
No.
It is so uncomfortable. It is so uncomfortable. There's so much pressure on your low back.
Now in the full mount here is Cuamba.
And Cuamba's doing a great job of lacing the legs up here, grapevining them here. Oh, God, these are big, nasty strikes.
He's really thrown a lot of strikes, has Cuamba. Hasn't really switched to trying to wrap up a choke.
No, he's just beating, just inflicting damage here. And this is frustrating.
More volume here by Cuamba. Schenk really trying to move. Dan Miragliotta letting him work.
I mean, he's still protecting himself here. He's still making good decisions. He's building back up, doing what he needs to do. But how long can he?
It's getting real close here, Pearl.
How long can he continue to do that?
That's a wrap. It is done. Dan Miragliotta has seen enough. Timothy Cuamba stops Alexander Schenk, who protests a little bit. But again, it wasn't, you know, the damage necessarily. It was the lack of intelligent defense for, you know, the volume that kept coming his way. Yes, they were being, you know, blocked partially, but still, strike after strike.
Yes, it was the volume. It was the onslaught. You live to fight another day.
Right.
And he's not making the intelligent decisions. He's not getting out of this position, and he's just taking shot after shot after shot. I think Dan did a fantastic job of calling this fight.
For Timothy Cuamba, now puts his record to 6-1. He has won 3 straight, and he's a problem inside this featherweight division. Chatting with his coach, Dewey Cooper, who is definitely proud of his young charge. He believes that his future is bright, and with a performance like that, hard to disagree with the man they call Twilight Timmy. Timothy Cuamba putting on a show in Orlando. For our official time of the stoppage, here is Lupe Contreras.
Ladies and gentlemen, a series of unanswered blows obligates referee Dan Miragliotta to stop this contest with an official time of 3 minutes 57 seconds of round number 2, declaring the winner by way of strikes, Twilight Timmy Cuamba.